Hello my crafty friends, how is everyone doing today? This is Sheree. Welcome to my channel. I'm here with a flip through of an autumn or fall journal today, and it's going to be a fun one. I've got lots of stuff stuffed into here, so let's get started. It's a good size book, and so it takes kind of up the whole frame this way, but I'll try to keep in frame, but I wanted to give you an overall look here. You can see the tassel and a little pumpkin cookie cutter. Here's the front with the tie closure on. So let's untie it and we'll get started. So this tie closure is made out of some, I believe Maria said, avocado dyed fabric. Yes, that's what I did with her. Avocado dyed fabric. I made it into tie closure. So this is the first one I'm using, and she did this pattern on here, and I thought it was so beautiful. At first I didn't know, of course I didn't know exactly how I was going to use it. This is two lengths of it right here. Lengths, it wasn't quite long enough to do a tie closure, so I sewed two together, and that's how I got enough of it to be long enough. So that is going to be the tie closure here. And then here's the cover. I love this cover for a fall journal because it's Bert, Ernie, and they're sweeping up or raking up fall leaves here. I thought that was so cute. And then I've added fabric on the spine, which is leaves. And then I have this leaf trim here. And that's, I use coordinating string here to wax cord to bind the two signatures. Here's the back with that same leaf trim. And then I've got a fun beaded tassel here. This is actually a button, a pretty button, and the buttons, let's see, this button I got at a thrift store. This bell also, there's a little bell on here, and that was vintage, probably, vintage from the thrift store. Some beads and buttons, coordinating with the fall theme. On here too, there's a little flower right here. Oh, this is a flower with a happy face, and then all these beads and buttons here, and then it's held on. Well, this is tied on to the. I've got this held on with a jump. I've got a jump ring here, and then this is tied with a ribbon. Let me just take this off for a second. Well, I'm not going to take it off because everything's going to come off, but this is a little plastic lobster claw clasp that I recently picked up. I think this is the first time I've used them, but you see I attached the strings there to the little loop, and so this is removable. And then I have the pumpkin here tied on with a ribbon. It's tied on to my little lobster claw clasp here. I guess I can take it off. I just don't want the whole thing to, it should not be a problem. Let me show you. Yeah, see, it's easy to take off. And this can be, if you want to tie it on here separately, you can. I just tied it on to the lobster claw clasp, and that is it's a plastic, it's a pumpkin, and it's a cookie cutter. So I recently picked those up at a thrift store. I put one on here, and then as we get inside, let me tell you all the measurements, or when you see this, it'll be available in my eBay shop. Let me tell them, all the measurements, pages, everything. I put everything in there, so you have the details. If somebody goes and doesn't, looks at it and doesn't see this video, then they'll have all the details there. But about 7.5 inches wide by 10 1/4 inches tall. So I think I showed you all the outside. Let's get started on the inside. So this inside here, this was the original paper that was here, so I left it. It's a Sesame Street. It says Sesame Street Book Club up here, so this is all the Sesame Street characters there. Really cute. Of course, I left that wide open. I didn't want to cover any of it up, but you can, if you get this, of course, you can put a pocket or whatever you want there if you wanted to. And then I did use eclectic, variety of papers in here, as well as some fall scrapbook paper, and that's what I started off with here. Little Franken paper, as far as I put two different scrapbook papers together to make this wide enough. And here's I did use some fall related stickers in here, and here's one here, pumpkin spice, everything nice. I stuffed this full of things, so, and it comes with a nice goodie packs, which I'll show you at the end. But this is a little notepad that I got at Dollar Tree, and I thought this was perfect for a fall journal. It says warm and cozy, and then there's some of the little note papers there too. So you can always, like, you could almost, you could glue that down right there. I think it looks cute there, but I didn't want to choose that place for it in case whoever gets this wants it somewhere else. And even these can be written on, for journaling and then glued down on a page. Not necessarily, I wouldn't put it here, but you can if you want to. Whoever gets it can do whatever they want. So, yeah, I just thought that was pretty there, but I didn't want to glue it down, so I just paper clipped it. Oh, I guess you saw my decorated paper clips. There's a lot of decorated paper clips here, a little tassel poking up, just lots of things. Like I said, I put lots of things in here that the tassel flips up nicely if you want to leave it on when you were using this, or if you want to take it off, you can, of course. So as we turn the page, I want to be able to show you the whole thing because it flips out here. Got a nice flip out of this pattern here, along with this wood, kind of almost looks like wood paneling here. But yeah, that's a pretty fall pattern there too. And then I've got here a little cluster of, this is ephemera, a fabric tab made out of that same fabric that I used on the spine, and then a little postage stamp there, sticker, postage stamp. This is a vintage gold doily I have in here. This was the first page of the book, so I put that there. And then as we flip, I've got a pocket over here. The word autumn and stickers from my scrapbook paper is here. And then this was one of the cut-up parts, the 4x6 cut-up parts, and I decided to use it as a pocket. And it has lines like, it looks like an index card down here. So you could write on that. There's a little truck with pumpkins in it. And here I've got, like I said, most of the pockets have quite a few things in them. So here is a recipe card. And I thought it's got lines on the front and back. So lots of journaling room if you want to use it for journaling, or you could use it for, some of your favorite Thanksgiving or whatever, fall recipes. So yes, it's got the vegetables around, and it's a full page, as you can see. So a nice vintage recipe card there. I got that from a thrift store. A little tag, and this is a little journaling card. And then this is another little this is a fabric tag. You can see all the little pieces here, and this is some ephemera that I had put on here. It's even got a little tag if you want to write on there. And it's even got a little jewelry tag on here, a little bronze piece right there. So those are some fun pieces there to play with when whoever gets this journal. This is some of Maria's coffee dyed paper, and I'll link her channel below. And she's Maria of Maria's Miscellany. If I say Maria, that's who I'm talking about. And that's some of her coffee dyed paper that she does with patterns on it. On this side, I've got clipped. This is a Rolodex card made from a playing card. Let me take it off because I don't know if you can see it really good. It's got fruit on it, and I had made that into a Rolodex card. And here's some coffee dyed yellow tickets that you can. I put things in here that, I made, handmade, and things that you can, have some crafty fun with. I did put 2 fabric ruffles in here made from fall fabric. So here's the first one. As you can see, very pretty there. And then fall leaf. And then this is a pocket. This is a music page here. I think this is coffee dyed. That I made it a while ago, so it almost looks like it's got a couple different dyes on it. I think it's got some Rit dye on it too. That's the pink color. And then this is a little flip up, so you can put something in here. And you can see I think you can see all the colors. I got a little orange strip down here. You can write on that. See, it opens like that. And then you've got this wide open part at the top here too. But this is cardstock. This is all made from cardstock. And then here on the front, there's a pocket. So right here, you can see it's kind of like a library pocket flip up. Because there's a nice big pocket here. There's a little label right here. And then in here, I've got two. They are recipe cards. There's recipes on this side. And this is peanutty Halloween cookies and sweet potato muffins. This has candy corn on it, and this has little pilgrim hats on it. And then on the other side of these is writing space. And you can see again the pilgrim hats. I put the fabric on there, and then this one has candy corn and a pumpkin. So very cute. And then a blank yellow library card for you there. So, and then in back of this whole thing, you don't have to open this to get to it, but in back there is a pocket too. So let me just show you where it is. Actually, it's right behind this. There's a pocket, and I have this little piece of ephemera in there. There's writing space on the back. I've got a little raffia there tied into a bow to decorate that. And then I used some of my bigger papers in here. So this was a bigger, wider paper that I could put in here, and it would be big enough so I wouldn't have to make a franken paper. Here's a picture from, I have a celebrity book of celebrities of old, like older celebrities, and it's all black and white pictures. And I still have a lot to do from that book, little pages left, but I did take some of them and make little pictures. So this looks like a picture, but it's actually the picture from that book glued onto a white piece of cardstock, so it looks like a picture with, a frame, like a black and white picture. And I put all the pictures from the book in here, so you'll see those as we go through. Very fun. All the Sesame Street characters. And then, okay, this is an envelope, a brown envelope that I put in this first signature as a pocket. So this is the first half of it. And then here, on this side of it, you can see this pretty trim. Here it's like it's kind of a thick fabric ribbon or trim. I love the colors. And when I did this, I noticed I picked out trims that would go when you look at it and you look at the layers, see how pretty that is together in all these colors. So anyway, this is a pocket that I glued onto the pocket. This is a paper bag here that I glued onto the pocket. And so I thought that those colors were good for fall. This little plaid color. And then there's a pretty, this is made from the base's book pages. Here I put green paper for writing. It's sewn around. I've got some fabric on there. And this is a napkin. And it's cool because you can see the book page through the napkin too. So that is in there. And then this is two cut aparts that I left together. You can so you can do something with them from the scrapbook paper kit that I was using from Echo Park. It says give thanks, as you can see, so you can cut these apart or keep them together and make a little booklet. So that's why I left them together, in case you wanted to put paper in here and make something out of that. So whatever. Oh, I had this like this. Kind of just half in and half out. I thought that looked pretty. You could even glue one of these on here, or this whole thing on the paper bag. Just, whatever you come up with. On this side, I have a little sticker from the ephemera, from the collection scrapbook paper that I was using. It says "Falling for You," and this is the side of the envelope where you have the flap. And I put lots of things in these brown envelopes. So let's see, what did I put in here? There's a couple postcards, vintage. This one's definitely vintage. This one, I think these are all, well, no, I don't know if this one's vintage. Oh, just 1 second. Sorry, my friends, little interruption there. Somebody was ringing my doorbell. So anyway, on with the postcards. Yeah, this one and this one are vintage. These were never used. Oh, wait a minute. This is a card. What am I saying? This is a card. And I thought that was good for a fall journal. It's like a barn with an old broken down wagon there. This and this postcards in there, thinking of you. And then this is a recipe clipping from, maybe, not sure what it's from. I got a bunch of recipes a while ago now from an estate sale, and some are clippings, you know, all different kind of things from magazines. Anyway, I thought this was cool. All kinds of recipes on here actually that you can use, or you can just use this in your collaging, make some journal cards, tags out of it. There's some colors on here that are neat. And I think the person that had this kept it for the recipes. There's recipes on both sides, and then she also I noticed it says valuable bonus gifts coupon. Apparently there's a coupon right here, and that's what she cut out. So, and this is how I got it. Like, I did not tatter this. This is how I got it. So instead of cutting that off, I left it as I got it, and that's why I put it in that envelope to protect it. So you can flatten those out and use them, or cut them off, that little tattered bit there, but I kind of just folded it up like that to protect anything from getting torn any further, or any further tattering, further tattered there. So, and that's all in that envelope. So this is some cardstock that I took some of my white cardstock and dyed it orange. It's a light orange here, and I think it came out really pretty. I made the dye myself from some food coloring, so I I didn't have a lot of orange. I only had when I started these journals, I think I told you in the first video, I didn't have any Halloween. I did have some fall, but I didn't have any Halloween scrapbook paper, and I only had a couple pieces. I don't remember how many. I don't know if I have any left, but of orange cardstock. So anyway, I decided to make my own, and that's what this is. And then on here I have a little cluster, and there's a scarecrow on here, some fabric pieces behind it. And then this is one of my, and I put this one in here because of the colors of the butterflies, but one of my little bookmarks, which this was done in a video, and has a gold tassel on there. So that's what you see hanging from out of the top. And I just thought the colors went with this journal well. And so you can put it wherever you want, use it as a bookmark, use it however you wish. But it does have some glitter in there too. That, of course, this is 2 layers, so nothing is coming out. And I just like how you can see through it too in here. So that's in there. And this is a Frankenpeg. This is going to be the middle of the signature here. So on here, this is a flip out. Pretty colors here, as you can see. And then here I have a little cluster with a hedgehog, fabric, tab, and a little number down here. Here's the center. Here I have a little bear holding a pumpkin sticker, and then on this side, flip out. Let me move this up a little bit. You can see this side, and then yeah, you can see the 2 patterns there together. I think those look pretty together. And then the back half of the first signature here, I have a little tab. This is little Susie Homemaker here vacuuming. This picture was in a book, and she's got like it almost looks like a shampooer there, or a Kirby vacuum, not sure which, but there's drilling room on the back. This is thick, and this bow is made from a vintage sheet. So that is there. And then here's the other, back half of that envelope. I have the word fall here. This side has a little squirrel on it, right down here. And then in this pocket, I have several cards. So this is vintage. This card here is probably 30. It doesn't look like it, but this card is probably like 30 years old. So a super cute scarecrow here, and it's got it on both sides, and it's this shaped card, so cute. And then this is a table marker card. This is table 4, like the colors, so you can write in here, you can put pictures in there, you can cut it up, cut it in half, and use each half separate, make pockets, whatever you want to do. And this is also another fall looking card with the colors. This one was used, but it was barely written in. But super cute. It even has the year here, 88. so you know how old it is. And then that's how I know it's 30 or over 30 years old. And then that, and then this card, I like that these look like very nice fall colors there. So you can always cut the back off of here and, you know, round the corners. And, you know, if you want, this does say happy birthday, and you can cover up the words with a little fabric or whatever. But anyway, for your crafting pleasure there, for your crafting imagination. And then here I have some pom-pom trim on this page, yellow, and some more pages from the book. Super cute. She's feeding a dog. Getting it all over the floor. He'll clean that up. Don't worry about that. And then a truck with pumpkins here sticker. On this side right here, I have a belly band. So I took a piece of, I got this ribbon recently at Dollar Tree, this sparkly ribbon, because it was sparkly orange ribbon, and I figured I could use it in fall and Halloween. And also, then I took a scrap here of the scrap of paper, a strip that I had, and sewed this on top of it, and I like how you can see it through it. So that turned out, I thought, really cute. And then here I have a leaf that I made from a book page and painted it green and sewed on it. So it's a green leaf for you to do something with, decorate something. And these I pulled out from I'm sure you've seen, I haven't used this in a while, but I have used it before. And I pulled it out because I was looking for some different things, and I thought there might be something in here, like I said, because I don't have any Halloween paper. I was really looking for Halloween, and I found all these that could be used for fall in a scrapbook calendar. And maybe you have one, maybe you've seen other people show them, because I have. And so I pulled these out. I went through every single sheet in there because I still have a lot left of it. You know, it's 365 of these for the whole year. So I still have a lot of it left, even though I've used some. I've made tags and journaling cards. Still have a lot left, but from 2006. And so these are white, all white on the back. You can use it as a whole. You can cut off the date if you want. You can like just journal here and glue it down somewhere, make pockets. Even if you didn't want this whole thing, there's a frame right here, a yellow frame. I don't know if you can see it. We can cut that part out. You can fussy cut this little scarecrow. Just so many things you can do with these. They're so cute too. So there's the scarecrow. This one has a little candy corn frame. I think that's so adorable. And then these two can easily be cut out if you wanted to. And you could even make that into a frame too for a picture. So that one, and this one I just thought was a nice fall looking color for a background. So you could easily use it as a whole, again, as I said, or cut off the date and make this the background for a picture or whatever. So those were all of these things were under this belly band right here. Oh, by the way, this is newsletter paper that I picked up at a thrift store one time. So I didn't say what that was. This is avocado, no, this is RIT dyed and coffee dyed, like I said before on the other side. I forgot I said that just now. I remembered though. A little paper clip here with a bow on it. And in here, under this paper clip, I have I put 3 shades of Monopoly money in here for fall colors. They're, you know, this bright kind of orangey yellow, and then 2 other yellows. Or is that I was thinking that was yellow. This is old. This is very vintage Monopoly money. So the color is you know, worn or whatever. But anyway, I thought these looked 3 colors that would go together, like maybe in a collage or a cluster or something for fall. And then this is a little wallpaper journaling card. And this is 3 orange tickets that I got in a subscription pack that I was getting for a while. And it was a vintage items. And this came from out of the United States, I believe. If I remember right, if I remember the person that sent them to me. So that I got the subscription packet from. And these were in there. So vintage tickets. And they do show a little wear. So very fun. And the color is great for fall. Page from the book. Then here's one of my little post-it-notes that I made from some scrapbook paper that you can write inside. Make it into a post-it, leave it as a post-it, decorate it, put a string here if you want to make a closure. Make it into an envelope if you glue these sides down. So cut it apart and use it as you wish, like make some tags and journaling cards, but it's in there for you. This is, you know, Maria's paper. There's a little leaf sticker there. And then everybody's raking leaves here. And the doily. And then here's the last page of this signature. And a little tab here. So let me show you. This is a little cluster too, a little fox right there. And I have clipped on here just a couple of little journaling cards that I made. They have some little quotes or whatever. They're from a book. I think these are about flowers, things about flowers, information. So yeah, these are just covered with scrapbook paper, and these are index cards. So 2 index cards that you can write on over here if you want, and you could decorate further with other things on this side if you wanted to, make them into pockets, whatever you want to do, but they are clipped right there. And then the back side of this signature, you can see the pretty paper colors on this side with the leaves, and then this is another cut apart. It already had this nice little decoration on here. It looks like something I would make, but it was on there already. I thought it was so cute. It says Hello Fall and this little raccoon. And then in here, I've got several of my papers, my little note papers that I made using just some note paper I got from a thrift store like this, and added stickers to make them into like fall related note papers. There's a little turkey. So there's a bunch of those. I didn't even show them all to you. A stack of those, and then a couple bigger pieces here. These don't have lines, but these 2 do. And turkey and an owl. Autumn leaves, pumpkins, please, right there. So that's all in this pocket. And these pages, by the way, the Franken pages are all sewn together. You can see the stitches here. And there is actually a little place right here. If you wanted to try to stick something on some of them, there might be a little room there where you could stick something. There's some a few labels here, red, blue, and green, so you could put these somewhere, but they're stuck right in here for you. Second signature, we've got a pretty little deer here again with some Franken paper sewn together. I guess those are, I did glue it together before I sewed it together. So this one doesn't flip out, but it's got the 2 pieces to make it big enough, wide enough. And then you can see pretty fall trees here and the colors. And the sticker, Thankful and Blessed. This is some more of Maria's paper. And then there's a little piece of paper here that I put with a little hedgehog on it for writing or journaling under that paper clip. And then page from the book. And here's a fun page right here. I've never done this before. And I'm going to link I'm going to try to remember to link the video where I got this idea. It wasn't my idea from so you can watch her original video, but it's a page it's a scrapbook paper page, so it's cardstock, and this is a little shaker edge. So you see the rickrack, big rickrack there, and you see there's sequins and glitter in here, and it's a shaker page. When I saw, now I might have to do a video on this at some point if I think I can do it on video. I did mine, I got the idea from the person I'm going to link below, but I did it completely different. I did it in my own way, because I just thought it was easier the way I did it. And I don't know if I can explain that right now, but she put the sequins and glitter in before she sewed it, and then sewed it. I put the sequins and glitter in after I sewed it on here. So I sewed it on, and left the top open and then put my stuff in and then sewed the top together. So I think, and it's all, I did all this before, of course, before I put my signatures into the journal. But if you are interested in seeing how I did this, I think it's really cute and I'd like to do it again. It's a good way to use up some sequins and glitter if you want to, and it's not coming out of there. I use a zigzag stitch on all the way around, and I even like doubled it up. Like up here it's a double back and forth. Down here I can't tell, I think it's just, it might be one or two, I can't tell. And then it's sewn, and I went over the edges and the corners right, I like past the corners so there would be no opening for anything to get out. But look how pretty that is, and you can see through it. You see it's on both sides, yeah, of course. But I thought that that was really cute and a good way to use up some of my sequins, and I'll put all fall colors in there too. So that was fun to do, and I think it's really fun in the journal. And this page is actually made, this side is actually cut aparts right here that I left together. And then this side looked like this with that little, these are little fall leaves and acorns and things. So, and I did put quite a few things in here, like I said, that you can work with as far as your crafty fun. So this is a little, one of these little punch cards with all these little holes in it. I think those are cool. I got that in Happy Meal. I've never run across any of those anywhere that I could get unless I went online and got, I'm sure you can get them on eBay or something. Maybe Etsy, but I've never bought any, and I've never found any in a thrift store. So those were sent to me in Happy Mail. And then this is a ledger page. This is a little piece of, oh, there's a couple here, pieces of ephemera that with recipes on them, blank white on the back, but those are fun. And then on this side of it, it flips out, and this is used so you can see some fun, like nice, neat writing. I'm losing my voice, aren't I? I'm gonna take a drink here or something. Just a second. Okay, let's see. Let me take a break. Just 1 second. Okay, let's see if that's any better. I kind of cleared my throat there. I didn't want to do it on video. So, yeah, I think that is better. Got a little sticker here with autumn what does it say? Lays are here. Oh, autumn days are here again. And a little hedgehog down here. And page from the book with some rickrack on it again. Like I mentioned, I have, I mean, not rickrack, pom-pom trim. And then cute here. This is a green coffee-dyed Astro Brights paper. Got a little piece of a banner here, and I put the other rest of it there. And this is a little paper clip with a tassel on it and a recipe for herbed tomato soup. I thought that looked like a nice fall recipe. So that is on there. And a page from the book. This is vintage wrapping paper that it's put on some craft colored cardstock, sewn around with my favorite stitch, number 17 on the Brother Sewing Machine, Project Runway. And see it on this side a little bit better. And then there's a couple of stickers. I want to mention that I do have a sticker in here with some googly eyes on it, but I'm not going to tell you where it is. So whoever gets this can have fun trying to find it. It's like it's the perfect sticker to put googly eyes on, and you might not even notice. So you might have to look through here twice to find it. I don't know if I would notice it the first time I looked through here. I might, because if I'm actually looking for it, I might find it, but I don't know if I really would. Anyway, another little cut apart here I used as a pocket. These just went so well with the colors that I used a few of these in here as pockets. And it says autumn is in the air. In this pocket I have this tag with a sticker and some green. This green ribbon has stars, gold stars on it. In all things give thanks. That says a couple little cut aparts here too. Journaling cards and pretty paper on the back too. So those are in there. And this is a Franken paper with the two patterns sewn together. And this is the middle of the signature here. And you can see those colors showing. This side has a flip out with a little fabric tag right here. And I'm moving up a little bit. Let me move back down. And a pretty little cute fox down here in the corner. I kind of have to go up and down almost where you can see, so you can see both top and bottom. But this is some pretty colors here. Two different patterns together. And the sewing right there. And then we're on the back half now, I think, of this second signature. This is the wrapping paper page. Little owl down here, and guest checks, a couple for you to decorate and use as you wish. Use as journaling spots, but there's lines on the front and back of these. And these are the cardstock guest checks. And then the page from the book with the pretty fall foliage there. And Cookie Monster's making cookies, I assume. This is that Coffee Dyed Astro Brights page, and this is a bingo piece from a bingo game. So it's a nice big piece. I love the color for the fall. I think that's why I put it in here. And you can do all sorts of things in here. Glue it down somewhere, cut it apart and decorate it, make journaling cards or tags, but that's vintage. And we have the word fall there. Page from the book. Cooking here. Here's this cooking mess here. The milk is spilled. And then love this little artist easel here where he's painting. Got kind of messy there. And then this is the ledger with a little butterfly up here. This is the original receipts that were on here. I left them on. They're just stapled on. You can take them off if you would like, or do whatever. And you take them off and use them. Just do whatever you want there, but I left them on there. Here on this, I have a little sticker here on this side of the ledger page. There's quite a bit of writing on this side, but it looks beautiful. It does look beautiful as a background. If you've never used a used page with writing on it, it looks beautiful if you put something on. Let me find something real quick that I could put on here. Say this was a picture, and you just put it here, say, or even something a little smaller. Just use that as your background. It looks so pretty. I mean, even that looks pretty. And this is just a little pocket that I have there to show you in my next mobile crafting video. So on that, I had clipped this large bingo card. So that is there. And then here is a plastic sleeves, 2 pockets here. So I have, on this side, I have recipe cards. These are 2 recipe cards that actually came with this sleeve. So I left them in there. This is joined together, hinged together with the page. And then I want to show you, I want to see too, I don't remember. Yeah, there's lines on the back here too of these recipe cards. And then the other side, I have these, this one has this little kind of encouragement card, you are amazing. And then this side has lines you can write on with a little smiley face. So that is on the other side of that one. And then the other side of this one, I won't take it out, but it's a large playing card. So you can craft with those things or whatever you want to do, but that's what's in this one. Here's that scrapbook paper page with the cut aparts. And then on this side, I have a little cluster here that has a brad in the middle of it. This is a metal brad and it's a leaf. Just love those colors for the fall, for this fall journal. And then here I have a recipe card. Oh no, this is not a recipe card. It looks like some recipe cards I have, but this is a vintage library card catalog card. So see, there's a little hole where it used to be in the drawer. Yep, they had that. They still had them in those drawers when I was a kid, and I worked in the library with those when I was in elementary school. And yeah, that's where that's from. Fabric ribbon here, with Cookie. Is that Cookie Monster? Yeah, I think that's him. His eyebrows look big in this bit. And that's, I guess they're always that big. And then, oh, I love this page for some reason. I love this wallpaper that, this is Grover and Bert, I believe. And I love this wallpaper. It looks like scrapbook paper I would have put in here. I wish it was scrapbook paper, but look at that. Scrapbook paper makers, if you're watching this video, which I know you're not, but I would love to see that in as a pattern in a scrapbook paper. But it's on their wall in their house. They're standing in their doorway here. And I just love that whole look right there. So cool. And then this is Maria's paper. This is some fabric washi that I made and with this plaid fabric. And yeah, put that right there to decorate. And the last page, sticker here with this leaf pattern, you know, franken paper. And this is the back of it. I've got a little sticker here. And these are some sticker strips. So you can take these off, I believe, individually. Okay, and use them. But those are tucked there. And there's the back cover. So you can see how chunky she is. I didn't show you the side view without the tie closure, but yeah, there's, you can see the ruffles peeking out and the pom-pom trim and how chunky she got. so that's the journal and the tie closure. Here is the goodie pack. So I'm going to go ahead and take everything out of here and show you so you can see what I put in here. But I put quite a lot in here. And so let's see what I have in here. There's a little Ziploc bag here with some, they call it table scatter, but they're little kind of metallic pieces, pumpkins, leaves, and things like that. Different colors of fall that you can use. This is also a little cellophane bag with, I put some buttons in here. If you can see, they're all vintage buttons. Several, there's even a metal one in there. So several buttons. And then these are little scallops. Oh, I didn't point it out. I used a couple of these in the book. That's why I put these in here. I'll try to point them out in just a second. 2 bows that you can take off of here and then, you know, never used, and do as you wish with those. Some autumn ribbon. It's wired, but you can take the wires out. You can cut this up and make clusters. Quite a bit there. And then some fabric pieces that I used in here from my fall fabric. And then these are just some of the little scraps that I had left. So several of those. This one's folded in half, and this one's folded in half. It's 12 inches, a 12-inch strip. And these are some of my little sewn together strips that you can use as page edge decorations. Cut them up, use them as tabs, decorate a, you know, tag or something. Here's another one of the leaves that I made. I cut these out of a book page and sewed on them. This one I didn't paint. I don't know. This one I used green thread on. So that, and then I have a little fall baking booklet in here for you. So all kinds of stuff you can do with that and all those pages. And oh, here's a couple more strips here. I mean scraps. I'll put those with the scraps. And then a couple of pages here. Let's see, what do I have? This is, oh, I put this in here because of this, the fall leaves. It's from a book, a children's book. And then these are from another book I used, let's see, last year in my, she's hanging upside down. That's why I'm getting confused. She's hanging upside down. And I was like, which? It goes this way. So yeah, these are kind of Halloween-y, but I love those for crafting. So very vintage book. In fact, this is the title page from that book. 1965 on those pages. This is from a little golden book. So anyway, that is the goodie pack. And when I clean up, if I find anything else, I'll stick it in there. But I hope you enjoyed this fall journal. Now I'll be working on Halloween journals. I was just going to make that one fall. So I only had that one book. this year for a fall journal. So when I found it, I was like, I thought it would be perfect. Oh, I was going to show you where I used those scallops real quick. So there was a name in here, and I didn't cover it up, and I just couldn't find the right thing. And then I found, was looking around, and I found the scallops. That's why I included some in here. And they're scallop circles. Anyway, there was a name right here. And see, I already had this ruffle here, so I had to find something that, kind of I could put there without making, clashing with this. So anyway, these are the color of them just kind of went with the fall colors, and I think it might be punched from, I don't remember if the paper is that color or if it's copy dyed paper, but yeah, I just put them and flipped them over the page so they're on this side. Sorry, let me get over here where you can see. Right here, I flipped them over here. I don't know if you could see before when I was showing you. And right here. So see, they kind of blend in with the colors and everything, but yet they cover up that name, and I think they look cute there. So I just wanted to show you. I meant to point that out when I was doing the flip through. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the fall journal, and stay tuned for my Halloween and other videos that I'll be doing and that will be coming up next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.